You know, when someone tells you you don't know what someone is experiencing until you're in their shoes, that's actually true. And the relationship with it in spirituality is that when you start letting go of the karma, you are put in the situations of family members, of friends, of people in your country, or people in the last decades, in your past lives. And you are put in situations where it seems very, very difficult to get outside of because the ego says so. You keep saying that you're never getting out of this situation, the circumstances are so effed up, and there's no hope. And that's the tricky part. And there's a solution that I have found for this. You know, the use of being an observer, like an objective observer. Let's say you're looking at someone, you're looking at a situation, and for example, you are judging a situation, you're trying to solve a business thing, you're looking at your friends, your family members, people you know online, people that you don't agree with, or people that you are attached to. When you're not working on your ego, you get attached to people. So you will not judge the situation with an objective look, as if you are an observer that has no emotions and no relationships with this situation. What you will do is that you will cloud it, and whether you will hate the person, you say that they are wrong and they shouldn't do this, and you judge them, or you give them the absolute right and credits even though they are wrong. So one thing you should stop is to stop doing this. Stop applying the emotion of anger or love or false validation and benefits getting from that person. Just look at them objectively and try to see where they're right or wrong, or what they do right or wrong. And it will come to you when you have the intention of being objective. And the minute you know what they did and how it could have been done better, you keep that in mind. You remember, and then when you're letting go, and you will be put in the same exact situation that you observed in that person, and you said, for example, oh, that woman, she cheated on her husband, what a mean woman, she's a cheater, or that man is a cheater, or that woman is such an angry woman, or the other person is evil and selfish. So then you're put in the same exact situation, and you remember that you were that objective observer of that person, and you know what they were supposed to be doing, and you have to do the exact same thing that you figured out a long time ago. That's why it's good to write insights. For example, I look at two people in a relationship and I say, well, a relationship is between only two people and it should not be shared with any other person, and if the other person or you share it, it starts to become messy, and it's not only a relationship of two people anymore. So you have to keep it between both of you so the decisions are simpler and easier, and they only include two people. And then you're put in a situation where people are trying to give you opinions. Oh, your friend is mean, your friend is evil, no, you shouldn't trust them, you shouldn't listen to them. You remember, you say, isn't this relationship my and that person's relationship? It's nobody else's. Then you have it. You don't owe them any explanation. You don't owe people what you do. And you know that the right thing to do is to decide between you and that person. That's very tricky. That's why people don't like to share things, and they try to keep secrets because they can't stay objective when given thoughts and emotions, because that doubt, the seed of doubt, start to get created by other people's egos and thoughts. So that's why they don't like sharing as much. But when you're spiritual, you don't get affected by any of that. You know exactly what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and whatever doubts people try to put in you, they're not even created. So this is another thing that is great when you let go of the ego. People with less egos, they have better relationships, and their relationships stand longer. So yeah, this is what I wanted to say. I drifted away from the subject. What I wanted to say is that if you're in a situation that you previously observed and figured out what was the wrong thing to do and the right thing to do, you do the right thing, even though your ego is just screaming at you with all thoughts and all negativity or attacks and anger. And you'll start to see results in the future, or even in the exact same present moment. You even let go of that situation. It goes away, it doesn't stay like that forever. God will erase it because you have the right intention of facing the challenge and the karma and doing the right thing. And this is how you make your life slowly better. You also have to understand that sometimes if you did not observe certain situations you never were in, you will have insights that come to you. Yes, and there are plenty other solutions that I might talk about in other videos. And I hope I helped you with something. I was useful in a certain way. And have a good day.